Yeah, and the kids in the studio had a blast reading it too. You know, that rhyme thing, which they don't really get to do that often.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if you have a sample there,
I do.
Find one of those scenes and let's experience just a minute or two
Well,
of that.
this is actually one of my favorite. This is toward the end, and this is one of my favorite ones. It says, "Christmas is a promise that was made and was kept, and the sparkle of a teardrop as sweet Mary wept. Christmas is joy for the newborn King, shepherds and wise men and the presents they bring. Christmas is a star that shone brighter than most, and Bethlehem's sky full of the heavenly host." I just
love that. Yeah.
And then when we went to O Little Town of Bethlehem, we were able to just go back to Scripture, and we did some truncation of Luke 2,
Right.
And through
Really
those,
telling that story
right,
all throughout that
yeah.
little medley.
So we have 5 speakers inside that song who are reading Scripture, not the full passage, but sections, and then it comes back around, so you can build the whole nativity scene back on stage, like most people want to do when they're doing one of these simple things.
Right, and this narration is not age specific, it's not boy or girl specific, and it's not a number of speakers specific. So if you have 15 girls, 25 boys, 3 kids, either way.
Yeah, actually, you can read this. You can give 17 kids a reading part if you want to, or you can do it with 4. You could have, 1, 2, 3 readers in each section, and one person could read all the passages of Scripture if you wanted to, or you can spread that out over 17 kids and let them each take one little section, one little passage. So that makes it very flexible. And because it's carols, you can use this with add your preschoolers in there, or your cherub choir, on up to your elementary choir.
Yeah, and it is all unison. There are no harmony parts, which is great. 25-minute musical.
Yeah.
And a fun little thing that we're adding to the choral book, the extra pages. Remind us of what those are going to be. That's fun.
So what we did is we developed a couple of activities for you to use with your kids. So there's a coloring page. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
A coloring page and a crossword puzzle. And then there are 5 devotionals with the memory verses and some ways for the kids to encounter the word and some truths from that. And so they actually have that in the back of their choral book. So you're going to want to get a choral book for every kid in your choir, because you can use those then as you're prepping your lessons. We'll do about, when the kids' newsletter comes out, we'll do about a 6 or an 8-week, 8-week probably rehearsal schedule for this musical. So be able to get it up on its feet real quick. But then right there in the choral book, you'll have some time to fill with your kids, some ways for them to interact with the word and the truth. And the memory verses I chose, I kind of pulled away from straight up Christmas memory verses and kind of went to some deeper truths about Jesus being the focus of Christmas. So I was excited about that as well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So a 5-song or 5-song medley musical, simple narration but power-packed. And so even though it's for a simple series, it's got a lot of goodies and high impact there.
Yeah.
So it was great to work again with Miss Rhonda Frazier. And so be looking out for Christmas at Jesus.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. Bye, y'all.